dark. Alright, welcome, Planeswalkers, to another episode of Pacific Rim Ashes of the Breach. I'm Mike, Shinobi Mystic, your host here on Mystic Miniatures Forge. I'm just getting on my mecha pilot gloves. Yeah, it's so dark. Yeah, these gloves are sweet. Cosplay gloves, never really got to wear them. I'm just going to check out the live stream on YouTube to make sure we're all good there and everything looks groovy. Luckily I'm subscribed to myself. Just going to check out the... Alright, that looks good. Alright. So, previously on Ashes of the Breach, the world did not end in a single moment. It fractured. In the aftermath of an event known as the Global Meltdown, reality itself began to tear. Rift-born creatures spilled into our world, warping the land and twisting the rules of survival. What remained of humanity turned to desperate measures, salvaging old war machines and forging new ones powered by unstable thermal cores. Maverick. He is a survivor of the first collapse. He scrapped together a barely functioning mech in the first act and faced the first signs of the breach, proving that resistance was still possible. In Act 2, we escalated the conflict and brought upon Elixir, a co-pilot, where he could fight alongside piloting Gypsy Danger. They fought the Rift-Snap Galloper, while crystal formations began to emerge. These are anchors of something far worse. Against overwhelming odds, Maverick and Elixir both held the line. But the cost was clear. There was no longer just a localized disaster. The breach was widening, and something bigger was coming. A little bit more about Maverick. Maverick, the Scion pilot, he's not a born hero of legend. He's a survivor, forged in catastrophe. And he pilots with instinct, over protocol, pushing his machines beyond safe limits. To others, these mechs are weapons. To Maverick, they are lifelines, coffins that haven't fully closed yet. They call him the Scion, not because he was chosen, but because he endured. Alright, then let's get going. I think everything is pretty much all set, so this is Act 3. The storm breaks. And right now, we're at an offshore catastrophe at the Helix 9 oil platform. So the army cards that we have in play today are none other than Maverick. Let's talk about the army cards. We've got Maverick. We're learning about all these shadows and stuff. I'm still testing a lot of stuff out. So we got Maverick. He's got 8 life, 6 move, 3 range. He's a 4/4 hero creature. Not really going to be using his base stats as a figure. It's more we're going to be using it for all the stuff for his mech handling abilities, like Drift Prodigy. When Maverick is placed on a mech army card, that mech may add 1 to its move and 1 to its attack. He likes to push it past his limits. Once per turn, if a mech Maverick is piloting, would receive 1 or more damage. Ignore 1 of those damage. And then he's got Scrapper Instincts and then Master of the Meltdown, but none of his mechs have the Meltdown. It's going to be for later, so we're going to hang on to Maverick for now. So that's Maverick, and let's meet his co-pilot, Elixir, the unfinished miracle. Elixir, you might know, he's a mutant pilot. He's from the X-Men franchise, and he's got 5 life, 5 move, 1 range. And he's 3 attack and 3 defense. Once per turn, if a mech elixir is piloting would receive 1 damage, we may reduce that damage by 1. Revitalizing touch. After a mech elixir is piloting destroys a figure, remove 1 damage from that mech. He's kind of got almost lifelink of some kind. And then he's got unstable polarity, which we were using last game. Once per turn, when a mech elixir is piloting attacks, you may choose to add 2 attack. If you do, it takes 1 damage after the attack resolves. So that's elixir. And then they're piloting none other than Gypsy Danger. Gypsy Danger is a vehicle mech with 10 life, 4 move. It's got 1 range, and it's a 6/6. And then I put it on a double space figure as opposed to the, I don't know, what is it, 70 millimeter hexagon base that they got for that game. It's got the crew ability, which is a lot of text. Plasma caster, range 4, attack 2. Each cross weapon symbol you roll for this attack this turn counts as +1 hit. So, but that's for plasma caster, so the attack is 2. So it's not like twin flame, it's just for double attack. So the most it could ever be is 4. And then it's got iron resolve. The first time this mech would take damage, moves it by 1. And then it's got rocket elbow. If this mech moved at least 2 spaces before attacking, add +1 power for that attack. And we're going to beef it up with some customized army cards, spell cards, I mean, for this scenario. So that is on that side. So we're going to be making use of this thing called the alert tracker. There we go. Where is that thing? So this thing is called the alert tracker. It's a fancy piece of cardboard that came with the Pacific Rim Extinction game, but I was also using just Heroscape hexagon tiles for this, where I would put like three of one color, a number 4 is like a yellow sand tile for it's like warning, and then 5 would be like a red lava tile or black because the game's over. So you can use this to keep track of the rounds, and that's what I'm going to be doing. I know there's no such thing as rounds in AOTP. Let's see, I'm going to put this, where can I put this so you guys can see it? I guess down here. Yeah, I just want you to be able to see it, but yeah, I'm going to put it down here. There's no such thing as rounds in AOTP, but what I'm going to be doing is using rounds to keep track of, I guess, the story beat elements. So I do that, instead of calling them rounds, they're called the alert tracker. And so this game has 6 rounds in the limit. So the objective is to defend the Helix 9 oil rig through round 4. If we destroy Thundercoil before round 6, that's good. Maverick must survive, and this scenario will end no later than round 6. If Maverick is destroyed, or Gypsy, I mean, that is immediate defeat. If Thundercoil survives to round 6, that also is a defeat. So the alert tracker advances at the end of every round. Story beats trigger only at the start of each round listed below. So that's very important. Only at the start of each one below. And I've kind of switched to using that little tablet instead of printing out 15 pages of paper. After doing this for a couple of years, I noticed I was using a lot of paper. It's cool to be able to look back at my old notes and see like oodles and oodles of pages, but after redesigning the game room, I don't really have a lot of space to keep that stuff anymore. Alright, so round 1, the storm front. Thundercoil emerges. Electrical distortion begins. Oh, I almost forgot a miniature. Let me grab it real fast. There we go. Yeah, I'll use this one. Alright, so we have the Helix 9 oil platform. It groans under gale force winds. The storm is not just approaching, the storm is here. The sea is already violent, waves slamming steel pylons with rhythmic force. The background looks like a giant tidal wave. The background isn't really representative. It's more like us at the shore, what you'd be seeing if you're at the base of it. The storm lightning forks across the bruised sky, but the storm is not natural. The ocean's surface crackles. Electrical arcs ripple across a waterline like living veins of light. The spiraling discharge erupts from beneath the rig. Yes, from beneath the rig. So where is the breach? It's kind of actually underneath this thing, unfortunately. So now, Thundercoil breaches. And this is what I've been having a hard time figuring out. Where do I put this thing? Ah! No, Thundercoil. Let me show you guys this guy. Ah! Thundercoil breaches. Yes, this monstrosity. And then maybe I'll just have him pop up here. Yeah. So. Trying to figure out like which button is the one that does it. Thundercoil breaches. A massive lightning serpent from coils. A massive lightning serpent form coils upward around the oil platform support columns. Its body grows with pulsing bioluminescent energy. Forked arcs of electricity lash from its scales, striking cranes and igniting fuel lines. Oh, I knew I needed that fire, little fire miniature thing again. Oh, maybe I have it right here. Yeah, let's make stuff. Let's make stuff on. Oh no, I don't have it right. Let's make some stuff on fire. This is not confusion, unless you don't know where your miniatures are. This is aggression. Now, from the side. So many buttons to click, and I'm pretty sure the other thing doesn't like let me do it. So let's see. Here, I'll have this naval warship pull up. On the naval warship, Gypsy Danger launches. So there's Gypsy. Where can you see? There we go. Now you can see Gypsy. See there, Gypsy? Gypsy Danger launches. From a naval deployment carrier, thrusters roaring against the hurricane. Winds landing knee-deep in the ocean sea beside the platform. The mech's system flicker briefly. Something in the air is interfering. Maverick. That's not territorial behavior. Elixir. No, its electromagnetic output is disrupting drift harmonics. A lightning arc slams into Gypsy's shoulder blading. Oh, and it's actually kind of neat how I lined it up with the camera. That smacks into its shoulder. The electromagnetic output is disrupting all drift harmonics. It smashes into Gypsy's shoulder. Systems begin to flicker. Alarms start to blare. Maverick. Joshua! Elixir. I'm here. The signal. It's modulating. It's targeting neural frequency. Thundercoil tightens. Let's see. Thundercoil tightens tighter around the rig. The lightning intensifies, and the fight begins. Woohoo! Let's go! Alright, what's a good button to hit? Yep, let's do that, and then just move it over a little bit, and then I'll say update preset. Yeah, and let's rock and roll. Alright, so that's the beginning of round one. Let's see who gets to go first. What do you guys think? You think Maverick's gonna win the roll, or you think Gypsy Danger's gonna win the roll, or you think it's gonna be the Thundercoil? Let's see. So Maverick got a 14. Gypsy Danger, yeah. And then Thundercoil got a 5. Alright, can you see that? Can you see that? Ooh, that looks pretty good. But yeah, it was just a 5. Fiver. Alright. So it will be the heroes going first. So I'm going to, at this time, draw my 3 spell cards. So for the heroes spell cards, this is why I need that thing. Alright, so for the hero spell cards, I got Nuclear Vortex Turbine. Target a figure within 5 clear sight spaces of an artifact you control. Roll 4 combat dice. Creatures don't roll defense dice against this attack. It's a Nuclear Turbine. Pretty much the thing in Gypsy Danger's chest, right? Think about that. The big orange thing in its chest. Where were you? Like here? Yeah. Yeah, getting struck by the lightning. Alright. Nuclear Vortex Turbine. That's one. We got Fire Plasma Cannon. Fire Plasma Cannon. Choose one. Deal 4 damage to a creature up to 4 spaces away, or deal 2 damage to a creature up to 6 spaces away. I actually love this card. It's so cool. So simple. I love it. And then another Gypsy Danger favorite, Chain Sword. I could hear the little voice from Portal saying it. Deploying Chain Sword. Choose an artifact creature you control. Adjacent attacks get +2 attack until end of turn. That's it. Chain Sword. Alright, so that's Gypsy's starting spells. Put that in Gypsy's hand. Let me see what Thundercoil got for its spell cards. So for the 3 spell cards for the Kaiju, we got Deafening Roar. Target a creature you control. All adjacent creatures to it take 1 unblockable damage. Rawr! Yikes. We got Siege Strike. Siege Striking, yeah. Target a creature you control. It gets +1 range, +1 attack, or +4 attack if it's attacking a building or other destructible terrain object. And then we've got Meaty Fists. Feasts. Meaty Fists. Meat Fest. Enchant hero creature. Enchanted hero has, after moving but before attacking, roll that 20-sided die. On a 12+, the figure gets +1 attack until end of turn. It's not the best. It's kind of interesting how I added like rolling more dice to it, the game, but I'll give it a try. Alright, Meaty Fists. Funny because the Maelstrom Drake doesn't even have fists. Yeah, none of them. Yeah, they don't really have fists. Alright. Deploying Gypsy Danger. So at this time, I would then take my miniatures, Maverick and Josh, and I would put them on the Gypsy Danger army card. That way they become crewed. When summoned or chosen for activation, you may put figures you control with total power 6 or more. Maverick has 4, Elixir has 3. Onto the Gypsy Danger army card. If it has no figures on it, it is no longer a creature. So now it's a creature. Now I can do stuff with it. So Gypsy Danger, activated. Reactor, online. Sensors, online. All systems nominal. Drift harmonics have been disrupted. However, drift capacity is at least at 74% in holding. Alright, let's go. So we've got a move of 4. Now, what do you guys think? Should we move through the water? Now this isn't... I was thinking like a lot of the game takes place in water. So it's like, okay, that's the end of my turn. Like you move one space through water and then you're done. This is what I say, knee-high water. So they're kind of gonna just trudge through it. This really is like the opening scene, very reminiscent to the opening scene in the first movie, where you first get the glimpse of Gypsy Danger fighting the Kaiju. So this is what I wanted to try to invoke with this scene, with the rain, the storm, and the Helix. Yeah, the whole Helix thing. Let's see. Just trying to see where I have those token. Oh, here we go. The tokens are here. All right. When I say the Helix platform is on fire, yeah, let's make some fire. All right. Oh, fuel canister. Is that what those red? No, those are the pylons. Oh, these little red things must be the fuel things. So yeah, I'll put the fire on those. Is that they're so close to one another? There we go. Now the whole place is on fire. I like it. I like it a lot. All right. So where should Gypsy go? Should Gypsy jump up onto the platform or just simply go around? And I think Gypsy's just gonna go around. So we're gonna try to move 4. So we're gonna 1, 2, 3, 4. But then what are you guys saying? I can 4 is here, but I can land like that because that's 4. But then I'm a double space figure. Like I don't have to stop behind. I can stop in front. Yeah, let's do that. Gypsy Danger online. All right, and then how far away are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, it's too far away. He does have line of sight, but it's just too far away. Got range 1. Rocket elbow needs to be closer. Plasma caster needs to be closer. And then fire plasma cannon. Nuclear vortex engine. Yeah, that's it. Alright, so that's the end of Gypsy's turn. So now we go to the Maelstrom Drake. Oh, did I print out the... Yeah, I was like, oh, the the army card says Maelstrom Drake, and then I wrote Thundercoil. I don't have the right... Yeah, I'm like, I have the right guy, right? I must have renamed everything too, like 5 times. Like, oh, maybe I should call it this. Maybe I should call it that. It's Thundercoil Drake. Yeah. Alright, it's I guess... Yeah, it's on the army card side. Made the card. Okay. So the Drake... Oh, did I even show you guys the army card for the Drake? No, I just showed you the figure. Alright, so it says Maelstrom Drake, but that's not right. It should be Thundercoil Drake. A Maelstrom Drake would have like all mana colors, but it's a hero creature, Kaiju Drake. We got 12 life, 7 move, 1 range. It's a 6/5. It is like a Sea Drake miniature from D&D. I've been trying to reuse my D&D miniatures with other games and stuff, so yeah, the Thundercoil Drake. It's got flying, so that's gonna be problematic. We got Tempest Lift. After moving, choose one adjacent figure. Place that figure, no LEA, because I wrote place that figure. If it said move that figure, then there's an LEA. But I said place, so I was trying to be very deliberate about the way I use the language and the verbiage to do that. Move it onto an empty space within 3 clear site spaces. It just says 3 spaces. Then, if placed on lower elevation, it then gets 1 damage. Ouch. Oh, and then here's the Maelstrom part. Maelstrom Current. After attacking, you may place the defending figure. Oh, you know what? That's like the same thing twice. I'm glad I read that. On an empty space within 2 spaces. Yeah. Sometimes I just have to do this. It's like, okay, I could have just made it have 3 abilities instead of 4. And I can see how it's like, a lot of the times this is a problem with my army cards, is that this is me trying to figure out the figure's identity, and I have like a flood of thoughts, and I start just blindly building out the army cards and making abilities, and then, yeah, I end up with 2 abilities that do the same thing. Maybe I should stick with both of them, and then I'll try to figure out today which one is the one I like better. Is it Tempest Lift or Maelstrom Current? And then the last one is Skyline Instability. When it's placed by one of its abilities and is not adjacent to a friendly figure, after being placed, it receives 1 damage. Yeah, it must have been Maelstrom Current and Skyline Instability were 2 separate thoughts, and then I tried to mix them into Tempest Lift. So let's just do Tempest Lift. But you know what? We've got our bad guy. So let's go. Maelstrom Drake. Thundercoil. Alright, but it's got flying. So it's got flying and 7 move. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it gets close, but it doesn't get adjacent to Gypsy. They're close, but it's not right next to it. Let's try to zoom in a little bit. There we go. Alright, and then what am I gonna do here? Yeah, if it was just one more, if it got to move 1 more. So let's see, Tempest Lift. After moving, choose 1 adjacent figure. Place that figure on an empty space within 3 site spaces. Oh no, I go to move it and then you guys won't be able to see it. So move it to 3 spaces. So let's see, I can go 1, 2, 3. Ah! And it said 3 spaces. Oh no, he's getting struck by lightning again. So just move it away. If it was placed on a lower elevation, no, it was the same. But we're still going to say that the water terrain is 0 elevation. If it was placed on lower elevation, it gets 1 LEA. So that was the Tempest Lift. That was me trying the first version of that one. I'm also going to draw a spell card. I forgot to do that. And the spell card that I got, it's this one. It's called Extra Limbs. It's an enchanted hero creature. Enchanted hero has, when this creature attacks, it may attack 1 additional time. And I'm going to enchant it. the Thundercoil with that. So we got basically double attack. Ooh. Okay, so now that is the end of the first round. I've gotten a chance to go in player characters, NPC, so robots, mecha, and then monster. And now what we're gonna do is grab our alert tracker, and we're gonna go. That was the end of round 1, or that was the first round. So now we're gonna advance that to round number 2. There it is. So now we're on round 2 of the alert tracker, and I get to read another story beat. So here it is. Round 2. Static in the drift. Thundercoil moves with impossible speed across the water, leaving crackling wake lines of electricity wherever it goes. Each strike is not random. It arcs deliberately towards Gypsy's core housing. The oil platform structure begins collapsing under the electrical overload. The sea itself glows faintly under sustained discharge. Inside the cockpit, the drift wavers and memories blur. Joshua's voice distorts, phasing slightly in Maverick's perception. Maverick. Joshua, you're fading. Elixir. Strain. It's not brute force. It's interference. Burst of lightning detonates nearby, once again striking its shoulder plate, as seen by the camera, right? This thing? Elixir. The discharge frequency is adaptive. It's recalibrating after each strike. Maverick. It's learning? Pause. Elixir. Quietly. Realization. Yes. It is. Gypsy then staggers under another electrical arc. There it is. Let's start round 2 now. Plug back in my little iPad thing. We're gonna draw a new spell card for the players. Oh, that's cool. So the first one we got was, so originally in our opening hand we got Chain Sword, and now we got Chain Sword, Twin Chain Swords. When this artifact creature attacks, it may attack one additional time, and that's an enchantment, where this one is just a sorcery. So if we play our cards right, we can attack 4 times. Now, you can't tell me that's not messed up, or broken, or not cool. Alright, Gypsy Danger online. So they are crewing the mech, and we're gonna try to move. Thundercoil is pretty close, a lot closer than it was last time. So let's see if we can get this. Let's see if we can get some momentum. So we're gonna move 1, 2, 3, 4, and that was 4. And then I go to place the miniature. Yeah, lock and load. Alright, we got Gypsy Danger online, attacking the Thundercoil. Alright, so Gypsy is adjacent to it, because it's on this miniature, this hexagon spot. So it's there. It's funny because the base is bigger than a Heroscape tile. Like, you see it, like, it goes, like, you can't it's definitely bigger than, like I put it on here. Look, it takes the entire thing. It kind of locks in pretty nice with the base, with the grooves in the base, but it's on that spot. So now they're adjacent. So it's time for pounding. So how is this gonna go? It's already moved. I didn't play my spell. I'm actually supposed to play the spell card then move, because it's like move then combat and then it spells again. So I'm already outside of my main phase. But what I'm gonna do is use my abilities. So then I'll do Unstable Polarity. This is on Elixir's army card. It's his ability. Once per turn, a mech that you're piloting attacks, choose to add 2 attack. If you do, it receives 1 damage after the attack. So I'll put the damage on now because I usually like will forget or something. Just doing too much. Like I want to move on to the next thing. So I'll do that. So we're gonna do 6, 7, 8, and then plus 1 more for Drift Prodigy. So 6, 7, 8. So it's gonna be 9 dice. And that's going to be against the Thundercoil. He's only got 5 defense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the attack. And the attack yields 3 hits out of 12 dice. We got 3 hits. Everything else was either a blank or a shield. Try to group that together so you can see. That was 3. It was 3 hits, and then we got 1 shield. So that's 2 damage. 2 damage. And then Gypsy takes 1 damage. There we go, 2. So now the Thundercoil is down to 10 life remaining. That was pretty good. Unstable Polarity plus Drift Prodigy. And that was the 2 pilots' abilities working with Gypsy's base attack. Kind of 2 passive abilities equals 1 super attack. I like it. I think rolling 9 combat dice was pretty good for like just moving in for a big punch. Almost could have done Rocket Elbow too. If this mech moved at least 2 spaces before attacking, it had +1 power. Okay. Well, for next time. Now let's move back to the Drake Thundercoil. Let's see what he's up to. So I draw his spell card, and I get Bellowing Roar. Enchanted hero creature. Flip it over. Next time an opponent plays a sorcery, counter that sorcery spell. Destroy Bellowing Roar. Raw. Alright, I'm going to play Bellowing Roar. And then it's so funny because that's a... So I'm going to play Bellowing Roar. And then I'm going to play... And I had to check this out because they're almost so similar. Especially with the chain sword and the other sword. Just put this here. Does that work? That works really well. So that was Bellowing Roar, which is basically a counter spell. That's a Bellowing Roar. And then in my opening hand, I think I got this one, which is another roar. It's called Deafening Roar. So you got Bellowing Roar, Deafening Roar, and I'm going to play Deafening Roar after playing the Hidden Enchantment. So I'm going to use the other roar. Roar. Target a creature you control. All adjacent figures take 1 unblockable damage. So I'm going to roar after roaring. Rah, rah. one after another. So Gypsy takes 1 more point of damage. So it's 8 life remaining on Gypsy. Ah! Thundercoil. So now it says Maelstrom Current. After attacking, you may place the defending. Oh, see, Tempest Lift does after moving, you may move it. Maelstrom Current says after attacking. So let's try that one. So I still haven't moved, but let's do the so let's see, that was 2 roars, and then let's do a meaty fist. Meat fists. That'll be my 3rd spell card. Enchant hero creature. Enchanted hero has, after moving and before attacking, roll a 20-sided die. On a 12 plus, it gets +1 attack until end of turn. And then I have those extra limbs too, so I'm gonna do the double attack. Really don't like that I have to hit the button so many times for it to turn off. So let's roll that 20-sided die. We use the one that comes with the base AOTP game. Oh, I got a 20. I got a 20. 20. So that means I do get the. That means my fists do get really meaten, and that's a +1 until end of turn. And then I may attack 1 additional time. So I'm gonna hit Gypsy Danger twice. So I'm gonna do 2 attacks. I'm gonna do 2 attacks. Yeah. Alright, let's go. 2 attacks then. So let's see, this will be. So he's base 6. Plus 1 more. So this will be the first attack. First attack yielded 4 hits. 4 hits. Gypsy goes through defense. He's got 6 defense. He got 1. But then, if I read my army card, that would have been a good attack. So that's 1. But if I read my army card, it's got Iron Resolve. First time this mech would receive damage each turn, reduce that damage by 1. And then Elixir has an ability called Golden Surge. Once each turn, if a mech Elixir is piloting would receive damage, you may reduce that damage by 1. And then, oh my god, this is ridiculous. And then if I read Maverick's army card, he's got Push It Past the Limits. Once per turn, if a mech Maverick is piloting would receive 1 or more damage, you may ignore 1 of that damage. So that's 4. I blocked 1. I reduced it by 1 on Gypsy. I reduced it by 1 on Elixir, and I reduced it by 1 on Maverick. So that is none. He's got plot armor. Oh yeah. But that was the first and only time I can do that. I can only do it once. Yeah, once per turn. So now we're gonna do it again. I can't do it twice per turn. So let's see what the damage is gonna be this time. Ooh. Bone chilling. So the damage this time is 5. 5 and 2 shields. So that's 5 hits coming to Gypsy. Gypsy goes to roll for defense. We got 2. So 2 shields. So Gypsy takes 3 damage. Ooh. That's not good. Gypsy's got half of its life gone. Yeah, because it's only got 10 life. So that's 5 of it. Ooh. Ouch. Meaty fists. Alright. So that's the Thundercoil's attack. Now we're going to do Maelstrom Current. After attacking, you may place the defending figure on an empty space within 2 spaces. And it says there's no LEA. So I'm just going to move it away. 1, 2. Alright, and then that's the end of the second round. It's the end of the second round. So now we go to the alert tracker, alert number 3. Alright, alert 3. What happened on my iPad? There we go. So now we are on alert number 3, and this is round 3. The sink breaks. Thundercoil rises high above the rig, floating high. Lightning spiraling around its serpentine-like frame like a crown of living energy. It releases a sustained electromagnetic laced discharge directly at Gypsy Danger. Thing's stuck to my hand. There we go. So it shoots electricity directly at Gypsy's power core. Its chest plate blasts. That's why I hate the fucking internet. Yeah. I might just start printing the papers out. I just want things to go back to the way they were. You know, you download the video game and then you gotta do the 40 gigabyte update, right? It shoots a blast of electromagnetic laced discharge directly at Gypsy Danger's chest core. The blast is blinding. Every system inside the mech overloads simultaneously. Inside the drift, silence. The neural bridge fractures. Gypsy drops to one knee in the water. The oil platform support beams snap and begin to crash into the sea. And now, Rift skitters begin crawling from fissures in the rig's lower structure. Small, chitinous creatures crackling with residual electricity. The war escalates. And the rift skitters are these little... they're like these little guys. They're called like abyssal chickens in D&D. Yeah, abyssal chickens. Rift skitters. Let's check out their army card real fast. So yeah, rift skitters. See them coming through the portal? Rift skitters. Kaiju beasts. They got 1 life, 7 range, 1 attack. They're 2/2s. Squad creatures. Phase skitter. Can move through figures. If they must end their movement engaged if possible. They've got rift nip. After rift skitter damages a figure, you may place that figure 1 space. And then they got swarm distraction. If 2 or more rift skitters are adjacent to the same enemy, that figure gets -1 attack. So that could be bad. But it's just 1, it's not stacking. Rift skitters. Yeah. Alright, so let's do the rift skitters up to 5 clear sight spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just gonna have them all over this platform. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Little rift skitters. Yeah. So they began crawling from fissures in the rig's lower structure. Small chitinous creatures crackling with residual electricity. The war escalates. So the neural bridge fractures. Dialogue. Maverick. Joshua! Nothing. Static fills the neural channel. Maverick. Shouting. Elixir! Respond! A flicker. Then. Elixir. Voice faint and fragmented. Maverick. It's not random. Thunder. Crack. Overhead. Literally overhead. Once again. I couldn't have made the map any better. Literally cracking overhead. Elixir. Get out of here, Jace. Elixir. It's targeting me. Another lightning strike slams into Gypsy. The drift destabilizes completely, and the connection between our pilots is lost. Now, I was gonna try to build drift compatibility into the game. Basically, in order to be drift compatible, you had to have the same color alignment, and these two don't have the same color alignment, so technically they're not drift compatible, but they both have the same color alignments to be piloting Gypsy. I don't really know. I was like, man, I'm making the game more convoluted than it needs to be. Maybe in future versions or something I'll figure it out, but for right now it's gonna leave it alone. Alright, so we're gonna draw the next spell card. And the next spell card for the Gypsy Danger is Regenerative Kinetics. Target an artifact creature you control. If that figure doesn't have any damage, well, I got like half damage, it gets +1 move and +1 attack until end of turn. That's cool. What I am thinking, Gypsy now has got a lot to deal with. We've got all these swarmers. They're really kind of swarming up the map. So maybe it'd be cool if I put the light over there. I don't like just seeing the shadow, I want to see the miniatures. But I also don't want to make this thing not be able to be seen. Well, what if I do this? Alright. Yeah, maybe that worked. Alright, Gypsy is gonna try that super attack. So let's see. So I'm gonna try to do the fire plasma cannon, which is what, 4 damage to a creature up to 4 spaces away. 1, 2, 3, 4. But when I go to fire the plasma cannon, that deafening roar kicks off. The bellowing roar. So that hidden enchantment kicks off and it stops or deflects the plasma cannon. So that, like, I go to fire the plasma cannon and this guy goes, rah! And it doesn't happen. So that actually really cool. I like the way that worked thematically. I then go to apply my Chainsword, choose an artifact creature. So deploy Chainsword. Choose an artifact creature you control. Adjacent attacks get +2 attack until end of turn. Oh, I guess that does. Maybe I'm thinking of a different card that I made for Obsidian Fury. So we get +2 attack. And then now we'll do Twin Chainswords. When this artifact creature attacks, it may attack 1 additional time. Technically, I probably should have done that the other way around, but I think getting +2 attacks twice will be sweet. And then, so let's do Chainsword, and then let's also do Elbow Rocket. And it moves at least 2 spaces. Before attacking, add +1 power. Now this is going to be interesting, because I am also a double space figure, and this guy is literally in the way. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, but then it said I also get +1 move. I've had that the whole time. Who's giving me +1 move? Drift Prodigy. So I basically had 5 move the whole time and haven't been using it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Gypsy climbs up onto the Helix 9 platform. And he's about to lay down the law. Alright. So we're gonna lay it down. So let's see. So it's gonna be Elbow Rocket plus Drift Prodigy. Alright, let's calculate. So let's see. So Maelstrom Drake is gonna have 5, 3, 4, 5 defense. And then Gypsy's gonna have base 6 plus 1 more for Drift Prodigy, plus 1 more for 2 more for Chainsword. Okay. So it'll be 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's gonna be 9 again. So it'll be 9, and then now I've got twin Chainswords, and I got double attack as well. So I didn't grow extra arms, I got twin Chainswords. So it's gonna be 9 twice. Ooh. So we got 4 hits. Four hits and 4 shields. That's how that one went. So 4 hits, 4 shields. And he got 2 shields. So that'll be 2 damage. Okay. And now the double attack. Ooh. Got 6. It's also goofy, like wearing these gloves. They're not the smoothest thing ever. But we got six hits. Two shields. The rest were hits. So that's 2 shields. So 4 damage. So that's 8 damage on Thundercoil. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So he's got 4 damage, 4 life remaining. Ooh. Alright, now Chain Sword resolves. And then Twin Chain Swords stays on. So then I'm actually going to do Revitalizing Touch on Elixir. After a mech Elixir is piloting... Oh, it has to destroy a figure. Oh. No, then let's try to do this then. My second main phase. I'm so close. I'm going to play Nuclear Vortex Turbine. Target a figure within 5 clear sight spaces of an artifact you control. Roll 4 combat dice. Creatures don't roll defense dice against this attack. If I attack and use this, I can win the game. If I get all 4, the Thundercoil only has 4 defense left, or 4 life left. So if I like how he's like punching him in the face. So yeah, if I roll this and I roll good, this could be the end of the game here, right now. 2, 3, 4. All right, let's see about this fancy mech piloting. Here goes nothing. Ooh. 2 hits to the Thundercoil. All those electrical EMP strikes. Gypsy's analog, isn't she? So Thundercoil is down to 2 life remaining. That's 10 damage on it. Alright, and now that's the end of Gypsy Danger's turn. And now it's the Maelstrom Drake, the Thundercoil's turn. I'm going to draw that next army card for it. And that one is Reactive Organs. Target a creature you control. Until end of turn, that creature may either move and attack, or attack and move. What? Shinobi, what are you doing with your cards? You can move and attack, or attack and move. So I'm gonna try to break the game that way because, yeah, why not? So let's see here. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna play Reactive Organs, and I'm gonna try to attack then move. Yeah, how about them apples? Alright, so Maelstrom Drake has that enchanted hero thing on it. I'm gonna see if I can enchant him. I got a 9. 9er. That always looks like a 6, but it was a 9. So I'm just going to do the base 6 attack. And that was 4 hits to Gypsy Danger. So 4. Gypsy Danger rolls for defense, and we got all 4. Now it's time for those organs. No, not the organs. The extra limbs. Double attack. Attack 1 additional time. So now we attack again. And it's another 4. Gypsy rolls for defense. And we got 2. But then those subsequent systems kick in, such as the Iron Resolve and push it past its limits. Static ability on Maverick's pilot army card. So that is that thing's turn. Let's see, am I gonna take a turn with the Rift Skitters? Heck yeah, I am. Oh, you know what? I forgot about Swarm Distraction. Oh, if that says if it's 2 or more next to it though. Okay, okay. Let's see. I'm gonna have the Rift Skitters. We're gonna have to all surround Gypsy. Oh, I also said I was gonna move then attack. All right. No, I'm moving on to other things. See, this is what always happens. I always get excited. That's I'm gonna attack, then move. But first, I'm gonna do, what is it? I'll do Maelstrom Current. No, Tempest Lift. Oh, hold on. Now it has to be Maelstrom Current because after attacking, you may place the defending figure on an empty space within 2 spaces. So, 1, 2. Yeah, 2 spaces off camera. And now I'll move the Maelstrom Drake. He's got a move of 7. I can move that thing anywhere. I'm gonna put him right there, right in the middle of the whole thing, right in the middle of the fire. Now I'm gonna be the Rift Skitters, and I'll attack Gypsy. Attack him for 2. Oh, it was 2 hits. Three shields. So he blocked it. Now the other Rift Skitters I'm going to have attack the platform. So that'll be 2. 2 against 4. Let me roll some. So I'm gonna have the platform have 6 life. Nothing. So that was 2. Oh. So the platform takes 2. So that was this guy. We'll say that it was that guy. Now the one on the helicopter pad. He goes to chomp on the platform. 2. 2 hits. Chomping on the platform. 2 shields. So block that. Now the other one in the back. This guy. 1. 2. There's this one all the way in the back. 2. 1. So it takes 1. So that's 3 points of damage. It's half of the health of the platform. I forgot I got this thing now too. So now it's this miniature attacking the platform. So it's this guy. That'd be pretty cool. Just need a little flashlight now too. Yeah, I think I'll do that. 1. 1. And then the last miniature is this one. This one right here. He chomps at the platform. 2 hits. And then the platform got 1. So it takes 1 more. It's 4 out of the 6 life for the platform. Ah! Alright. That's the Rift Skitters. They're all snapping and gnawing and chewing away at the thing. So that's the end of that. So now we're going to go advance the alert tracker. So we're going to go from round 3 to round 4. Alright, let me just think about what I'm doing here. So bright. Alright, so we said that the drift stabilization is completely... The drift destabilizes completely and the connection was lost. Notice I didn't mention Elixir's abilities at all. So now we're on round 4, alone in the machine. Gypsy Danger stands partially crippled in the violent surf. Thundercoil circles, electricity dancing. There we go. Electricity dancing across its body in rhythmic pulses. The Rift Skitters swarm across the oil platform's lower walkways, sabotaging support struts and leaping towards Gypsy's legs. Yeah, specifically that one guy there. He's the one attacking Gypsy's legs right there. Maverick manually overrides the drift safeguards, operating a mech designed for dual synchronization alone. Every movement is heavier, slower, more painful. Thundercoil releases another targeted surge. This time it arcs directly into the cockpit housing. Maverick, with gritted teeth. You want me? I'm right here. The lightning strike detonates across the cockpit's interior. Inside the neural space of the drift, Joshua appears for one final flicker. Not as a voice, but as a presence. Elixir, softly, steady. Maverick, it's thinking. Maverick, mixing tears with sweat. I know. Another surge hits the cockpit directly The presence shatters, and it's gone. The mech screams with overloaded electricity. Sparks flash across the cockpit, and control pads literally melt in Maverick's hands. And with that, Joshua, Elixir, is dead. Signals confirm that he has flatlined altogether. Now begins round 5. This time it's personal. So, Maverick activates the drift overrides. And let's see if we can get this done. For the last, not the last, but for my next spell card, it's none other than Power Surge. At the end of your turn, you may move and attack again with a creature you control. Let's fucking go! I'm gonna cast the Power Surge. That way I get to move and attack again at the end of my turn. If I can't do it with 2 pilots, then we're gonna try to get this done now. So Gypsy Danger online. Let's do it. So Gypsy, I'm gonna try to push it past its limits. And we're gonna try to do that +1 move. So let's get the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's terrible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I do walk right past this. I was trying to go further, but I think it's worth the LEA with the little rift skitter, because I need to be able to get close to the Thundercoil. I have to. And I don't have enough move to get up on the helipad, but it's fine. So let's do the leaving LEA with the rift skitter. Oh my gosh, it does hit it. So that's 6. Alright, we're gonna deploy the rocket elbow, the twin chain swords, and the drift prodigy. So let's do it. Alright. For Joshua, 6 plus the elbow rocket, and then plus the prodigy. Woo boy! So there it is. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits. 6 hits. And then the Thundercoil, 2, 3, 4, 5. One. So it takes 4 damage. And that destroys the Kaiju. Crash and burn. It's dead. Now we just have to clean up the mess. So that was Gypsy's first attack. Yeah, when this artifact creature attacks, it may attack 1 additional time. But do I have to use... Do I have to use just my base range attack? I'm not adjacent to anybody. So what I want to do is, I guess, pivot or spin in place And then try to use my plasma caster. I'm just gonna do that. It's attack 2. But this is the one that is attack 2 and it's got it's basically got twin flame. Yeah, so that'll be 2. It's 1 hit, but then each hit costs each hit gets plus 1 hit. And then that was 1, but they only got 1 life, so that kills this one. That shoots the Rift Skitter, and then now we've got Power Surge. At the end of the turn, you may move and attack again with a creature you control. So I'm gonna move Gypsy Danger up, 1, 2, and then I'm just gonna punch this Rift Skitter with my base attack. Base attack plus 1 with the power, so that's 3 hits. They only got 2 defense, so 1's gonna go through. Yeah. Rift Skitter's destroyed. So that's the end of Maverick's turn. He's still surrounded by these little Rift Skitters and the place is burning down. But that's the end of that turn. Now, it's the monster's turn. I guess I'll keep drawing cards to see what happens. What do we get? Energy Breath. Target a figure within 5 clear sight spaces of a creature you control. Roll 3 combat dice. Creatures don't roll defense dice against this attack. Ooh. Are you sure? Like, shouldn't I say a figure? Like, I can have little squad creatures do an energy breath? Jeez. I want to kill Gypsy Danger. Nerf. Energy breath. Yeah, let's do it. I'll have this guy do the energy breath. Rah. Target a figure you control within 5 clear sight spaces of a creature you control. Why did I write it like that? I'll review that later. I gotta note to self: review this card. Energy breath. Maybe it's because I was grabbing it from a Heroscape dragon ability, and it's just the way it got written. It was like, target a figure within 5 clear sight spaces of a creature. I'm like, why did I not just write creature? Creatures don't roll defense dice against this attack. Yeah, let me just do this, and then I'll move the other guys. No, I'm not gonna forget. 3. Ooh, 2 hits. Gypsy. Gypsy has 2 life remaining. So now I'm gonna have this one attack. Oh yeah, there's a little chicken wing back there. So he's gonna attack the platform. Let's do it. The platform's got 2 life remaining. Gypsy's got 2 life remaining. So these guys attack for 2. So that's 1. 1 to the platform. This one attacked Gypsy. This one's attacking the platform. Platform was, I just said that was 1. So the platform has 1 life left. Ooh, this is not looking good. So now the one in the back attacks the platform structure. And that's what these little red things are on the side. These little red dot things like this. Like this. The structures basically. Next one attacks. 2 hits. That's not looking good. I think it's going down. 2. Blocked it. That blocked it. So then that's this last one. 1. Blocked it. Just gonna see what the music is that's playing. Seems like it's getting a little... No, that's fine. That's fine. Alright. Platform's almost going down. So now that's the end of round 4. We're gonna move to round 5. We've already reached the threshold condition. Was that? Was that Gypsy destroy Thundercoil before round 4, defend Helix 9 through round 4. So we just did that, and now we're on round 5. Round 5, personal war. Thundercoil pauses. Oh, well, Thundercoil's dead, but let's see here. Okay. It's kind of hard because, like, I just offed the Thundercoil. Thundercoil gets up. GM license. Oh yeah, that's what you do with your GM license. You throw the miniatures around. So Thundercoil gets struck by electricity. It jumps up, coiled against the storm clouds, flies up. It does not press or advance immediately. Instead, it tilts its head slightly, observing, evaluating. The electrical storm intensifies, not chaotic, but patterned. The rift skitters retreat from the oil rig towards open warm water, forming... Maybe I have to zoom out for this one too. Forming a loose perimeter. There we go. The breach energy pulses once, faint but deliberate. Oh, yeah, let me fix this. Also trying to tell a story. They form a loose perimeter. The breach energy pulses once, faint but deliberate. Maverick feels it, not through his instruments, but through absence. Maverick, voice hollow. You killed him! Thundercoil hovers silently. Lightning forks downward in symmetrical arcs. Maverick, realization dawning. You targeted the sink! He grips the melted controls tighter. You weren't attacking the mech? The storage surges violently. You were attacking him! Far away, miles inland, Jace Bellerin staggers to his knees. A psychic shockwave ripples through his consciousness. He gasps. In his mind, something vast shifts awareness. Jace, it felt that, whispering. Back at sea. Maverick, this isn't instinct. He forces Gypsy upright. This is strategy. So, Thundercoil, destruction, finally, the storm. So the Thundercoil flied up into the air, and then after that brief dialogue with Jace and everything, it falls back and hits the platform, collapsing instantly. The lightning ceases mid-strike, winds die unnaturally fast, and the sea becomes still. Gypsy stands alone in the open sea, the rift skitters disappearing back through the rift underneath the platform. Gypsy stands alone in the open sea, smoke rising from scorched armor. No second voice in the cockpit, only Maverick's breathing. Heavy and unsteady. Maverick, quietly. You were right, Josh. Winds move back across black water. Far inland, Jace stares towards the ocean horizon. His voice trembles. It knew. He closes his eyes, reaching outward psychically. In the darkness beyond the breach, something vast and patient shifts. It felt the death of Elixir, and it's adjusting. The storm did not break. It simply adapted, and now the war is thinking. Alright, that is it for tonight, my friends. Thank you so much for watching. This is Act 3 of Ashes of the Breach, a Pacific Rim inspired Arena of the Planeswalker RPG game based on the Pacific Rim Extinction's miniatures game, using Heroscape hexagon tiles, some of the Heroscape system, mostly Arena of the Planeswalker game system and ideas, and obviously a projected terrain board, and this is what I've got going on. So this is a whole custom scenario. I hope you enjoyed today's adventure. I know I did. It was profound and prophetic. I feel like I just lost a friend. So let us never forget about Joshua, the unfinished miracle, and how he died to protect the world from the Kaiju menace. So let's see with more adventures. There's going to be a heck of a lot more. This was Act 3. I've got a 9-act story arc, including not only Jace Belloran, but many other Planeswalkers, and I'm excited to unveil the story in the upcoming weeks and months. So stay tuned, leave a like, subscribe for more, and let me know in the comment section below what you would do differently, how you like the story, and how you would be able to stop those EMP strikes to the cockpit. Thanks for watching. This is Mike, Shinobi Mystic, Maverick, signing off.